Hey guys, welcome. Jeanette is at work, so you get me tonight. Hi, Lori. Welcome. Glad to have you back. I hope I'm making this right because Jeanette's got like way too many pipe cleaners out for this, but we're going to go with it. So Jeanette kind of fibbed to me today. I talked to her earlier, and before I got home, and she's like, "Hey, I went upstairs. I got all your lives stuff for your live done. You're all set to go." I'll come up about 7:30, and not so much. That's all right though. We have to put the ties on the frame and cut some mesh. Hey sis, what's up? And so yeah, I got all the ribbon cut for the bow. I got the ribbon tails cut. I just got to put the ties on the frame and then get some mesh cut, and we're gonna make a full-size pancake wreath. Kind of strange for me. I'm used to making pixies, but it'll be all right. So yeah, let's go ahead and switch the camera so that you guys, maybe somebody to be my assistant while we're doing our lives. All right, there we go. And so we're making a pancake wreath. We're going to use 12 ties, 6 on the outside, 6 on the inside, which is double what I use for a pancake pixie. But it's all good. So I'm not going to ask who you voted for, but I hope everybody went out to vote. I don't usually, I don't like to discuss politics on the lives because, it just polarizes people so much. Atta girl, Stacy. So yeah, Does the audio sound okay tonight, Stacy? I can't check it. Obviously, I'm in front of the camera. We've been having some audio issues, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to have to do to fix it. Okay, well, that's good. All right, so there's our 6 on the outside. We'll put our 6 on the inside. What I do is we use just a standard 14-inch frame from Dollar Tree, and it's got 6 cross members on it. So on the outside, I just put the ties at the cross members. And then on the inside, I'll probably pick this thing up here. I put them in the middle of the ones on the outside. So we'll tell you what, it's been a busy day. So I'm at work, and Jeanette messages me and says, "Hey, can you go to Walmart and pick up a small online grocery pickup order?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" So I get off work, go straight to Walmart, and they took forever bringing me my groceries. And then it turns out that, it's not so small of a grocery order. So got all that loaded in the truck, and Jeanette had me swing by where she works to pick something up. I had to go home, put the groceries away. I was not aware of how much of it was needed to go in the freezer, or I probably wouldn't have stopped at her work. Hi, Roz. Where is everybody tonight? What's going on? Am I missing something important? Hi, Laura. I come home, put the groceries away, and of course, stuff that I had planned on doing earlier before Jeanette got a hold of me to go run errands. I had to eat dinner, do some laundry. It's been hectic all day. All right, so we got our 6 on the outside, 6 on the inside. Now we got to cut some mesh. So Jeanette didn't really. So I picked my sign yesterday and made it. Oh. And when Jeanette told me that she had everything ready for my live, I come upstairs. She'd only picked one mesh. Can't do that. Well, I'm going to keep the label. I'm going to throw the crinkly stuff away. All right. So we're going to new roll. So we gotta even it up. You know, that's like the third time I've done this. Hi, Patty. Yeah, we're gonna make this one fancy. We're gonna change things up quite a bit. I'm gonna put 3 different kinds of mesh in it now. As we cut it, I'll explain to you what we're doing and why. Oh, I'm going to need another one of that. I use her ribbon tail board for cutting mesh. We are going to cut the mesh at 25 inches. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm hoping that this roll of fabric mesh is better than the last one I used because it was pretty bad. It was frayed on the edge. This one looks like it's got a good edge on it though. But that red and black roll I used, it was frayed on one edge and it didn't work very well. Oh, let's see, we're going to have issues already today. It's going to be one of them days, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this red and white check for all 6 ties on the outside of the wreath. And then when we do the inside, I'm going to do something a little different. Like I said, when we get done cutting this, I'll explain to you what kind of shenanigans I'm up to. It's not something that I've ever done before. I don't know if Jeanette's going to like it or not, but she's not here, so it doesn't matter. Couple more of these red and white checked. So holiday shopping season is here locally. When we did the craft show, a lot of people like, it's too early for Christmas, blah 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 blah. But now everybody's getting into Christmas shopping mode, which I feel this year, with the economy the way it is, it's kind of up in the air how this is all going to turn out this year. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, so there are our 6 pieces for the outside. I'm going to throw this mesh over here. And then, oh, this roll's kind of sketchy. But we're going to go with it anyway. We need to even this out. About half afraid that's going to be too thin, but we're going to go with it for now. And then this is going to go on the inside, and I'm using 2 different colors. And I know what's going to happen. That stuff's going to get all tangled up. So we're just going to throw this right back over there. So I only need 3 of this black. And then we're going to throw in a splash of a weird color, but you'll see why. Like I said, Jeanette may or may not like it, but she ain't here. Of course, I have people that will tattle on me, Stacy. Speaking of tattletales, where's Richard? All right, so we're done with that roll of black, so we'll throw it back there. We're going to set, like I said, I'm afraid this stuff's going to get all tangled up, so. All right, so for the other color on the inside, which means we're going to need 3 of these as well, we're going to use this light blue. Now, you may be sitting there thinking, Floyd's lost his full mind because he's going to use light blue with the red and the white and the black. Oh, well, that's not good. Well, myself in an interesting predicament now. This may not end up like the way I want it. Well, I only need to get 3, right? So we should hopefully we can get, that's just a hair short, but we're going to go with it. I'm going to pull this one back out because I trimmed the end of it and now it's too short. Of course, that one's short too. Well, guess what? We're going to ad lib. All right, so yeah, this is not going to turn out like I thought it was, but it'll be all right. Okay, so what we have for mesh is on the outside, we're going to use the red and white check. We're going to use 6 pieces of that all the way around the outside. On the inside, however, we're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to use 3 black and 3 of the light blue, and we're going to alternate them, so there'll be 3 and 3 of each. And the reason why I decided to go that route, not totally threw that in the wrong spot. The reason why I decided to do that was here's our sign that we're going to use tonight. And of course it's red, black, white, but he's got this blue, this light blue snowflake right here. And like the little dots and the little snowflakes up here on his hat all have just like a blue shadow. So we're going to use the light blue mesh and try to make that pop out a little bit. That's my plan. I was looking around for some light blue to do like, oh, thank you, Stacy and Roz. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie. I hope you feel better. Yeah, a couple of my daughters have migraines all the time, and yeah, it stinks. It really does. It's horrible. Get a drink. Anyway, so I was kind of looking around for some light blue ribbon. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look real hard, but yeah. So what we're going to use for ribbon tails, the ribbon tails are going to be this sparkly red white snowman paired with this black and white. I don't remember what this is called. I know there's a technical name to it. And then on the other side, we're going to have and this has got a name for it too, and I don't remember what it is either. But this glittery snowflake on black and white buffalo paired with a red and white diagonal. Jeanette had left a roll of 4-inch ribbon out. Hey, Ricky. So I come up here and this big old hump, mesh down, this big old roll of honking 4-inch snowman ribbon was sitting here on the table, and I'm like, surely she didn't leave that out for me to use. Now, Jeanette is a big fan of the 4-inch ribbon. It's all right. I don't use it a whole lot because she won't let me. But what I will say is the 4-inch ribbon does not work very well in a Floyd bow. So I'm going to put her 4-inch ribbon over here out of the way. And then we're going to get started putting the outside mesh on this. I don't know why I'm so thirsty today. This is crazy. Crazy. All right, so we're good there. All right. So for those of you that have watched this before, making a pancake, we're just going to do, make sure the blade ain't out so I don't cut myself. We're going to do just a regular ruffle. Get off there. All right, so we need to try to turn these down. For those of you that have made a pancake wreath, you understand why. Your edges really need to be facing down, and you kind of need to, well, we'll fix that after we get the mesh in the wreath here. So we're going to start off right here. We'll get this tied in. And then we'll fiddle with the mesh a little bit because it's not. There we go. It's not wanting to turn under very well, that's for sure. All right. So there's number one, and then we'll go on to the next one. Tell you what, I was putting away material at work the other day, and I got my finger caught in something and it pulled on it real hard. And I'll tell you what, it's just not wanting to work real well. I don't know what it did, but we'll be all right. All right, so we'll put this one in here, and then we'll fiddle with it and get it laying right. The thing that I don't like about the pancakes is get the outside laying all pretty and the way it's supposed to, and then it's hard to get the inside ones in. But I am severely out of practice. That's all right. And I know when Jeanette does her ruffles, she kind of just scrunches up the middle. I do more of like a fan fold type thing. Just works better for me. And I know everybody raves about this fabric mesh. I'll be honest with you. When it comes to pancakes and the pancake pixies, I'm not a fan. It just doesn't, it snags on everything. Of course, now, in my defense, that last pancake pixie I did, that that roll of mesh had a defect. It was this one's got a finished edge on both sides. It was missing that finish. Jeanette does too. I'm not. I mean, it's okay, but it just, I don't know. It just seems, for the kind of wreaths that I make, I think there are other options that work better. I would love to try to make one of these out of poly burlap. But of course that requires cutting and, you know, all that fun stuff. And if any of you have ever used a wood burner to cut the poly burlap, that stuff smells really bad. And please, 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 please make sure you do that in a outside or in a very well ventilated area, because the fumes off that stuff, or wear a respirator. That stuff is nasty smelling, and it is really not good for you. All right, so we got a couple more of the outside to do here. Because you have to put the ribbon tails in before you put the inside mesh in. Hi, Pat. Welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tell y'all, I'm struggling with this mesh tonight. Just craziness. All right, so we're going to get this tied in, and then we'll fix it up so it's laying the way it's supposed to. Make sure these ends overlap. Both sides. Oh, that one is not wanting to stay down at all. I don't know what in the world happened to that one. We'll fix it after we get the ribbon tails and the other mesh in, though. Well, the way the pancake works is they overlap each other, and then the inside ones overlap the outside. I don't think it works to do the inside first. Of course, Melly Mel from Sincerely Creative Mom was the one that originally came up with this idea. And I just, you know what? I don't believe I've ever seen or heard anybody try it. Well, I suppose I could try it one night and see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Fails and you got to redo it. It wouldn't be the end of the world, right? Oh, you have. So how does it? I stand corrected then, Roz, because I had never heard of anybody doing it that. What in the world is going on with my mesh? Good Lord. Roz, do you have a picture of one that you could share with me so I can see what it looks like? Because I would be willing to try it. Oh, Jeanette's going to hurt me. I cut up and dovetailed enough mesh for 2 wreaths. Shh, Stacy, don't tell her. Just occurred to me that I did that. Good thing I didn't use the 4-inch, huh? I cannot believe that I cut up all that ribbon. I'll still be here, Stacy. What did she do with her wire cutters? There they are. God forbid I use her Ginger scissors to cut the pipe cleaners. Just saying. Inside joke to anybody that people that were there, they know what happened. Right, we're just going to try to V these down as much as possible. I'm sure I'll have to go back and fix them later, but it'll be okay. Yeah, I know. No, Roz, I totally get it. We don't always. Aha, very funny, Stacy. We do that too. We'll make something and or like that pancake pixie that I made last Wednesday, or was it last Monday? Last time I went live, she had to make an adjustment on the sign. The sign didn't wind up laying the way I wanted it to, so she fixed that, put a hanger on it, and then took it straight to the shop. We didn't even get any pictures of it. So nope, I totally get that because we do the same thing. Some order stuff, and sometimes we don't get pictures of it before we send it out. Jeanette did a cemetery arrangement for Stacy, and I had asked Jeanette. I said, "Did you take any pictures of that before we boxed it up?" Nope. And then the other thing I thought about trying tonight, I thought about putting the 2.5-inch ribbon on top of the 1.5 for the ribbon tails, because we always use this really cute looking ribbon and then you hide it underneath something else. But then I realized that the snowman ribbon is directional, and I really don't care if anybody sees it or not. So yeah, we didn't do it that way. Another idea for another time. Yep, Stacy, she even impressed me on that one. I really like how that turned out. She did a really good job on that. I still think you should have came and got it instead of shipping it, because, well, you seen what the box looked like when it got there. Oh, you did that? You did that last night? I think I think I'm going to try it when I use some non-directional ribbon. Maybe. I don't know. I got a couple. Jeanette's been bugging me about if I'm going to start doing more lives again now that the work schedule has fixed itself. She's like, you need to start doing some other stuff, and I'm like, why? Why mess with perfection? I do pixies and I do pancake pixies. You see what she's got me doing tonight, though, right? She's got me doing a full size, but that's all right. Still pancake. And we're looking at we do a lot of other stuff besides make wreaths and signs. So I think we are going to start doing some other stuff. I had thought about doing one of the projects that we do and put a bunch of them in the shop. It's a painting, lasering, and then color fill the laser engraved part on a sign. So I'm sitting there thinking how I could do that on a live, because you don't want to sit and wait for the paint to dry and then the laser to engrave it and then the color fill paint to dry. It'd be a 5-hour long live. And I was sitting there trying to figure out how many different ones I would have to make so that I could just walk through the steps and then set it to the side and go to the next one that's already dry. It's a lot. So I don't know if we're going to wind up doing that or not. All right, guys. So here we are with this wreath. We got the red and white buffalo check or red and white check fabric mesh on the outside with the ribbon tails. And then my dumb butt cut a whole bunch more. So I've got enough ribbon tails for a whole nother wreath. Yeah, Jeanette's probably not going to like that, but it'd be all right. Okay, so now we're going to get our outer mesh, and I would have liked to have put the black and the blue and the light blue on the outside, but it's so thin that I was afraid that we weren't going to get really good coverage. So that's why it's going to go on the inside. But I think it'll be okay. That and the blue was already pre-cut, so it's not quite the same length that the rest of it was. But man, you know what? Before I even ruffle that, we're gonna dig out these pipe cleaners. All right. And then same thing here. We're just going to ruffle up the middle. And I think Jeanette had, see, some of these are cut at 25, but there's like two up. One of them was only cut, well, two of them were cut, but I only needed to use one of them. It was only cut at like 21 inches, and I'm not quite sure how and why that all transpired, but let's be honest. Once you get it in a wreath, nobody's ever going to know. Well, except for you guys, because you watched me do it. All right, and we are not going to cut the ties off just yet, because we may wind up needing to put some ribbon tails on the inside after we get the sign and everything on there. So Lord knows I got enough over there. I'm not going to put them on everyone. I think that's just too much. But we'll see what it looks like after I get the bow and the sign on it. And then we may need to put a couple of sets of ribbon tails in there somewhere to fill in some blank spots. I wasn't thinking that I was doing a full-size wreath, I figured she'd just have me do another pixie, or I would have probably used a 10-inch sign. But I made the 8-inch sign, and then this is what she had me make. So, oh, you know what? I think we're skipping a... Oh, that would have been ugly. We almost skipped a set of tie. Almost skipped a tie on here. It's easy to do when you're doing these. Hi, Precious. Welcome. All right, so now we'll have to fiddle around with the mesh here and try to get this to... See, I think the 3 pieces of the light blue are just going to put just enough color in it to make it look really, really good with that sign. But we'll see what it looks like. Well, hi there, April. Thank you for joining me. So we'll see. We'll get it all together and we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, this is one of those really short pieces of the blue mesh, but it'll be all right. So we'll get this all put together and see what it come out like. Get these ruffles all fixed and unsnagged from everything. Try to get them to turn back down because they're not wanting to cooperate. But we'll get them. I'm going to do some trimming after I get this done, I think, because some of these edges are poking out. All right, on to our next one. We can go ahead and pull. I'm short one black one, but we got more mesh over there, so we'll be good. Apparently I can't count tonight either. But it's all good. It'll all work out. This stuff just doesn't want to... We'll fix it after we get it down in here. This one's not one to lay right either. Maybe it's just me. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little out of practice. But it's all good. We'll get it. Maybe. There we go. All right. I'm not sure what happened to the other black one. It'll be okay. We'll get it. Like I said, we'll get the rest of this mesh in here. And we'll get our sign on. And then, of course, we have to make a Floyd bow. mandatory. Well, I mean, we have to put a bow on it, but you know, it's going to be a Floyd bow, I promise. All right, get this mesh straightened out. And we'll go see if we can find out what happened to the black mesh. I'm sure I cut enough. All right, let's see what we got over here. I think this might be it. Yep, here we go. Just got put in the wrong spot. No, it was over there where the other mesh went. I just got a little carried away tossing it, and it went a little too far. And we're all good now, though. So yeah, we're gonna do. I got all the ribbons cut for the Floyd bow already. So, I mean, it's not going to take long to make the bow and throw it on there either. But we'll get the sign on there next. Like I said, I'm not going to cut any of the ties until we find out. Well, I mean, I can cut them where we're putting the sign and where we wind up putting the bow, because obviously we're not going to put ribbon tails there. We just have to. Oh yeah, we got to get this. Got to get this blue and get this black tucked up underneath it there. There we go. All right, guys. So there we are. Yeah, that black and blue mesh is a little thin, but it'll be okay. Ribbon tails are getting all wonky over here, and we'll fix all that later. All right, guys. So there's the base of the wreath. We got the red and white on the outside with the ribbon tails, and now we've put the blue and the black on the inside. Now we're going to put our sign on. Yeah, I think that's going to look. I think that's going to work out really well. And then I've been having some issues, kind of like that pipe cleaner right there, with the sign not sitting quite right. So I pulled a Jeanette on here so that it'll be on the inside. So maybe that'll help, because I usually on an 8-inch on an 8-inch round I usually only put 2 ties on it. I think I did pretty good, Roz, because Jeanette told me that everything was already done, so I didn't even come up to the craft room until like 7:30. And the mesh wasn't cut, and the ribbon wasn't. She didn't even pick out all the ribbons. That's all right. We got most of the prep work done before the live, and then I finished it up on the live. It's no big deal. All right, so we are going to take the snips, and we're going to cut these pipe cleaners out right here, because that's where the sign's going to go. Tuck those over, pull these ribbon tails out from under the mesh. And then, yeah, we're going to put our sign right there. Well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know what all she got into today. She didn't have to go to work until 12:30, so. But yeah, she had messaged me and said that she had everything ready to go. So I'm thinking, all right, I'll go up and why is Uh-oh. Somebody forgot to silence their phone before they went live. I don't know who that would have been. It'll be okay. Now I'm even struggling with the pipe cleaners. What in the world? Having a rough night, y'all. Well, that's not going to work right there, Floyd. Jeez Louise. You ever have one of them days? Today's one of them. All right, we don't want to pull that down too tight, then it'll look funny. All right. Hopefully the rest of those go down through a little easier than that. I hope. But we shall see. I think part of the problem is I think these are the pipe cleaners that she got off of Amazon. And I'm telling you right now, I wish I could remember the. Well, normally, Roz, when I'm doing a pancake, the pipe cleaners go down through the mesh so easy you don't need to even worry about something like that. But it's looking like tonight maybe I should have got the needle out. But we're good. We've only got one more left to go. It's just these pipe cleaners are really, really flimsy. And when they get to the fabric mesh, they're just bending over. But we'll get it. And as for where the needle is, I don't know. She moved a bunch of stuff around on her tabletop, so a lot of it's not where it used to be. But we'll get it. Craziness. Kids like the snowman wreath, April? That's good. All right, so after all that fighting, we finally got all the pipe cleaners through to attach the sign, and then we'll make our bow. I have to go back through later on and tidy these up just a little bit, but we'll get them. You always want to make sure you go around 2 rings on the frame as well. All right, so the sign's not sucked down in, well, too bad. Mangled our ribbon tails, of course. Oh, I guess I should say hi to the kids. Fix our ribbon tails, and then we'll make our bow. So I think we are probably going to wind up adding some ribbon tails to this. Not sure yet. Let's get the bow made. All right, see if we can find the bow maker. All right, so we have our 5 pieces of ribbon. Tonight they are 29 inches long because I'm going to do 6-inch loops and 8-inch tails. I know that's an odd combination, but I think it'll look okay on this. Well, that wasn't a very good scrunching job right there, let me tell you. All right, so there's our 6-inch loop on this side. And 8-inch tails on this side. And we're going to use the same snowman ribbon that we used on the ribbon tails. And we're also going to put the same tricolor in there. I do too, Roz. For some reason, I always try to put them on too tight and they're not even. They suck down in, and yeah, it's just a hot mess. That one actually turned out pretty decent for once. Hey, there's the boss.
That's not what I put out for you.
You only put out one roll of mesh.
I know I wanted you to use the whole
No.
thing. Hi, guys.
Jeanette's here. All right, so there's our second ribbon. Like I said, we got our 6-inch loops and 8-inch tails. What are you looking at? You're looking at the blue, aren't you?
Yeah.
It matches that. Too bad.
Hi, Roz. Hi, Cece.
See, I had a funny feeling she wasn't going to like that pop of blue in the wreath. She'll be all right.
He cut too much ribbon.
Really, Stacy? Narc. Stacy's a narc. I cannot believe you.
Why'd you cut too much ribbon off?
All of it.
What the hell?
Cheer. She's over there cussing.
Oh.
Don't go to Facebook jail again. So she wrinkled her nose up. I don't think she likes the blue. It'll be okay. I like it. What?
There's only 3 people here. What the heck? That's what sisters are for.
Mmm. You're off my Christmas list.
Oh.
All right, so just
I'm
keep
tired.
going with our.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares at all.
Geez, thanks.
All right, so you'll notice there's a couple of different ribbons that weren't in the tails. That is on purpose. Try to change things up a little bit to go with the blue mesh that Jeanette doesn't like. I don't care. It's my wreath. So how about that? All right. And there's ribbon number 5. Oh, let me get a zip tie out. All right, so we'll poke the zip tie underneath there and get that on there and see if I can remember to put the pipe cleaner through before I tighten it up too tight and have to fight with it. Do I have a defective zip tie? No. There we go. All right, guys. So it's coming together now. Shut up, Stacy.
I don't like the new Facebook.
So we're going to tighten this a little bit, but not too tight. Or not yet anyway. Get this out of the bow maker. Hold everything in place while you move the zip tie over. Uh-oh. About lost my stack.
Uh-oh.
All right, tighten that up a little bit more. Then we got to start moving our stuff around. I didn't use your 4-inch ribbon either.
What the heck? I let you use it and you don't use it.
4-inch ribbons do not work well in a Floyd bow. As I found out the day that I used it, that I didn't have permission to use it. All right, now we'll get this tightened up. We'll work on it some more here. Go ahead and cut that zip tie out. Then we'll just sit there and work these tails and loops around a little bit. Get everything spread out. And then we'll put our bow on the wreath and we'll figure out if we need more ribbon tails or not. Lord knows I got plenty of ribbon cut. So I suspect we are probably going to put more ribbon tails in. All right, so we're going to put the bow here. So we need to cut these ties off. So what do you guys think? Jeanette does not like the blue. Every time I mention it, she just her whole face cringes. Be honest. I can take constructive criticism. Other than not from Jeanette though. These pipe cleaners suck. They don't want to go down. Stacy will tell me the truth. What do you think about the blue in this, Stacy? Don't you dare take Jeanette's side just because. You think it matches, but you usually ask her. That's a fair enough answer, I guess. I like it.
And I always say you don't have to use all the colors in the sign.
I don't.
Want some help?
No, I want you to start buying better quality pipe cleaners.
What's wrong with the pipe cleaners?
They won't go through the fabric mesh.
Take the needle out.
I don't like the needle. And quit giving me fabric mesh.
Well, that's what fabric mesh does
But
better
I
with
don't like it.
Okay, then you pick out your own crap next time.
All right, where's the needle? I don't even know what you did with it. Because now I'm going to have to cut that pipe cleaner off because I mangled it so bad because it will not go through the fabric mesh.
Oh, I got enough ribbon to make another wreath.
Well, no, I'm going to use some of that. I got to put some more tails in this. So that's what I had said at first, was that I had enough for a whole nother wreath, but this is not a pancake pixie, so I will have to. If I'd have known I was making a full size, I'd have made a 10-inch sign instead of the 8.
Oh.
That's all right.
How you like my bow I made over there?
Well, I come in the room and you told me you had everything done and you didn't.
What did I not have done?
Anything cut?
Oh, no. I said I picked it out for you.
No, you told me it was. You told me all the stuff for my live was ready to go.
I ain't picking your stuff no more.
Maybe I won't do any more lives. How about that?
You already promised.
I did not promise.
Uh-huh.
No, I did not.
You told Richard that night we are going live Mondays and Wednesdays.
But I didn't promise.
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't.
See, it wasn't that much easier. He hates it when I'm right.
Unfortunately for me, you're not right that often, so.
Ha ha ha. See, Stacy says you promised them.
I did not. I said I would. I did not say I promise. There is a difference.
I don't know about that.
In my life, hush.
Why you don't shush in my lives?
It's because my fans are there.
Oh. Okay.
My fans ain't here tonight. I don't know where everybody. I asked earlier what was going on, where everybody was at.
Yeah, I posted it.
All right. Now that the bow is really, really smushed.
Pancake bow.
I guess. All right, get these ribbon ties. I'm going to flip the bow back out because I just smushed it. All right, that's enough.
You should use some of the ribbon I set out.
I did. All right, so it looks like I've got 4 sets of ties left. And since I cut all that ribbon, I might as well put it in there. Just got to figure out where I'm putting what. All right, so we'll put these 2. Oh, maybe. Yeah, you can't see it from the front side.
What?
It's got splice in it. It's a neat splice, though. Unlike the ones you always seem to find.
Ugh.
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and put these extra ribbon tails in. Like I said, it's a full-size wreath, so it really needs them. So we'll get them in there. I made a joke about using your scissors to cut the pipe cleaners, and Stacy's like, "I'll be right back. I gotta go get a hold of Jeanette." She did. All right, guys, we're almost done. A couple more sets. Call it a day. I like the blue. You better take it to the shop like this and not fix it. I'll be mad. You guys all heard that. If I show up over to shop and she took this wreath apart and took the blue back out, or it just doesn't make it to the shop, we're going to be fighting, me and her.
You take it to the shop.
Thank you, Patty. Patty likes it.
Hi, Patty.
All right, spin this around.
I think it'll look better once the ribbon tails are in.
She's hoping.
I got some black Christmas bulbs. And red.
It's a Floyd wreath. You can't put bulbs in it.
Why not?
It's got to be a Jeanette wreath for that. Quieter, I'll put 2 more bows on it. I'll go back old school and start putting 3 bows on them again. That's a lot of work, though.
I like my wreath that has 3 bows on it.
That's a lot of work,
It
though.
is.
Well,
Lots of ribbon.
Not so much with a Floyd bow, though, because Floyd bows are easy. why I like them.
I keep telling him, ladies, broaden his horizons, and he said, nope.
Why?
Cause.
Okay, so my next live, I'm going to do nothing but and this is what I'm going to do next time. I know I mentioned it on Monday. I am going to straight up do nothing but different variations of the Floyd bow. I'm going to prove her wrong.
Lord.
Don't you Lord me. I know did.
It is his trademark. It is.
Absolutely.
His trademark is to go rogue. Hi, Monica.
I do go rogue an awful lot. I didn't tonight, though, other than the blue.
You went rogue.
Did not.
Did you get the black ribbon out of the bag I set out?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only two that I cut off the roll was this and this.
Cool.
The rest of it was all scraps, for lack of a better word. All right, guys. Oh, I guess I need to switch cameras. Since Jeanette doesn't help with anything when she is here.
Rude.
Well, you don't.
Did you?
No, she really doesn't.
You almost stopped the stream, didn't you?
I've come close a couple times. So yeah, I need to fiddle with the tails a little bit. And some of that mesh needs some tender love and care.
Make a 10-inch sign and put on it.
That's what I was just thinking. I'll go ahead and remake the sign and make a 10-inch and put it on there. I think that'll...
We'll do a pixie with that one.
Okay. All right, you heard her. We're going to go with this one. There, like that, I think. Something like that. I don't know. All right, guys, there it is.
This is cute.
It needs a little bit of work on the back because the fabric mesh is fraying like crazy.
Is it really?
And I got some pipe cleaners I need to tidy up a little bit and put a hanger on it. And then we're going to go ahead and take that 8-inch sign off and put a 10-inch sign on it. I think that'll look a lot better on it. It didn't look too bad laying on the table, but now that I'm holding up, that bow needs some fluffing.
Yeah.
Need to fluff that thing out. But all right, guys, there we go.
How was the sound tonight?
Stacy said it was fine.
Good.
So we will see you, and I don't know who it'll be yet because I don't have her schedule in front of me.
Forget.
Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It'll be.
April said if you put a 10-inch sign on it, send me a pic. It may be sold.
All right, will do. I'm gonna hold you to that. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. And
good night, Roz.
Good night, Roz. And we will see you guys Monday night at 8 o'clock. Have a good night, everybody.